Rematch. Who are you going to tip today, mate?
Thank you very much, Damien. And yes, big clash this afternoon, but I think just Noble Park with their depth this afternoon, I think we'll get the job done by about 5 goals.
Brett Davison also will be joining you with special comments today. Davo, who are you going to tip?
Yes, I'm going for Noble Park as well. I think they'll win by 3 or 4 goals. Just a little bit too much class. And before I go any further, just congratulations to Daniel King on his 200th game.
Yes, we forgot about that.
As captain of South Croydon, magnificent. And also to a good mate of mine, Stephen Young, who's playing his 250th game for Chirnside Park today.
Oh, wonderful. Grant Campbell will be in the Choose Tap Match Stats chair today. Who are you tipping, Soupy?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Noble Park as well. Maybe about 15 points, expecting a good match.
Down on the boundary line today, we have Esmond DePonzo and Brett Beston. They'll be keeping us up to date with what's going on the interchange benches. Boys, who are you going to tip?
Noble Park definitely today, mate.
No surprises there.
And Noble Park for me as well. Ditto that.
And Bev Warren Smith is in the chair. Great interview with Rexy today.
Oh, mate, we could have talked to him for half an hour, or Rex could have talked to us for 2 hours. But take us away, Damien Watson, Division 1 football at its best.
Indeed, on a great day here at Border Park, and it's Chibanello with the tap for Blackburn. They should get the first clearance here, but a free kick has been awarded, holding the ball. Great gang tackle there applied on Hudson. It'll be a Noble Park ball from the centre break. And they have a pretty cluttered forward line, it must be said. It's Monaghan with the ball, the first effective kick of the game, looking for Alwyn. Over his head, Blackburn have the numbers at left half back. Chipping on the loose ball is Macaulay, and late inclusion into the side today. Hand pass to Kemp Worthy. They're flirting with danger in defence. Campasano there. Eventually a snapper goal for Noble Park is off target, a minor score. And they score the first of the game, one behind in the first 30 seconds. Blackburn yet to score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
We've got a number 19 for Blackburn who we don't know have his number.
I think it's Luke Parker. I think it might.
Oh, sorry, yep, down. So he's come in.
So Blackburn to get the kick in. Tomanello, he got the little knockout. It went out wide. That time Macaulay got the handball backwards. In the arms now of Tim Kelly for Noble Park. He's on true centre wing position. Kicks the ball up towards a half forward line. Getting underneath it though was Chris Clay for the Burners. And he takes a strong mark and he's off to the races too. Almost ready to his own teammate there. That was dangerous. Hammond, he was that player in question. Got the kick, got the handball away, and now they'll be able to steady things up here. Blackburn, short passes on. It was a little bit skew-if. They're mucking around with it a little bit. Danaher broke the tackle well, and now they're off, running up towards the half forward line. There was McIntyre. His kick went up into the arms there of Gearson. He hits the deck. An emergency this afternoon brought into the side, and we will have about 75 metres out from the Blackburn goal line, half forward line for them.
Well, Parker is playing as a loose man in defence at the moment.
Overcast day here at Border Park, but good conditions overall for a July winter's day in Melbourne. Chimanello won the tap eventually, though it dribbled out of play, and we'll have a throw in between half forward and centre wing for the Burners. 14 degrees the expected top today.
Good crowd here too.
It is. Drawn by Rexy's voice, I think. We'll head boundary side in a second as Blackburn get a clearance. Standing under the ball is Monaghan for Noble Park, and he takes an effective mark at right half back. He'll look to switch the play. They've got a number of runners outside on the counter-attack. He places it in front of his teammate there in Harper. Harper sends a curling ball towards half forward. Alwyn will try and get on the end of this one. The former Frankston VFL player does well against 3 opponents. Manages to get an effective hand pass out wide to Martin, but he falls over the line, and we'll have a ball in right on the 50. Half forward flank for the Bulls. Let's head boundary side.
Just on the conditions, boys, not too bad. It's reasonably pleasant down here. Just a light breeze. It's heavily overcast at the moment, but hopefully the rain stays away.
Yeah, really good match up there, Macaulay and Ziggy Alwyn. Expect them to go at each other all afternoon.
High to bring the ball back in right in front of the broadcast position there. Door almost trapped it, picked up by Ziggy Alwyn. Snap around the body he goes, but he pushes it left, way left, and over the boundary line and out of bounds on the full.
And Campasano has gone to Quilt.
Yep.
Faulkner went short. Getting down low was Danaher. What a season he's having, Brash.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
On the left boot, squeezed to kick out. You give a guy a rap and he turned it over. Monaghan, isn't he getting amongst it early? Couple of touches, takes it probably just too far out to score. He's just outside the paint of 50.
He's almost become the forgotten man of Noble Park a bit, Sam Monaghan, but he continues to play well and get under the radar every week.
He's kicking it to the hot spot. He's looking for the Harper direction, but standing strong. Good jukes there by Tyler Faulkner, and he takes a safe mark for Blackburn. Screaming out wide was Kenworthy. He's ignored in the back pocket. So Faulkner just floats the ball up. It was a dangerous one in the end. Dropping what he probably should have taken was McIntyre, but they did have the numbers. A linking up handball there for McCauley. Couldn't quite hit the target. He dives on the football. On top of him is Luke Bull, and will have a bounce just outside the 50-metre arc. Noble Park's end. Bendigo Bank scoreboard 4 minutes into this first term. It is the Bulls leading by 1 point.
The only score of the game so far. Falling to the ground is Danaher on the half-back line here. Blackburn. Martin sends a hand pass over his head. Great tackle applied on Morrison there. Caused him to lose possession, and eventually a tackle applied on Kelly. It will have a ball up. 55 out from the Noble Park goal. As was mentioned before, great crowd in attendance in affluent Blackburn. Eventually the punch forward to Murphy, sends it into the corridor, and they run through for Thorpe. Mitch Thorpe sends a probing kick towards the goal square. It's off target, however, and it should bounce through for a minor score. In fact, it does. And Blackburn finally register on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They're one behind. Noble Park likewise. We're 5 minutes into the first term.
So the spearing pass comes back in, but has been nicely chopped off there by Clay on the left boot. He goes in side forward 50, and he's spotted up a target too. Mark to Blackburn deep in the forward pocket, and their first genuine chance to have a shot on goal.
So,
Watkins, I think it is Tim Watkins. Faulkner's got the big job on Harper. So, yeah, it's interesting back half at the moment for Blackburn.
So Tim Watkins comes in. He's only about 35 metres out. It's a floating kick, but it goes straight. That's all you can ask for. First goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard this afternoon goes to the home side, Blackburn. They lead by one straight kick, 1-1-7 to Noble Park, one behind.
Yeah, that was a good piece of play there, set up by Mitch and Forbes, run through the middle. And you kick the ball long and set up that opportunity, and Watkins taking advantage of a loose ball get.
We saw that last time we watched the game here, that if you move the ball quickly, it opens up. You slow it down, it's so easy to clog up here.
So back in the centre, Blackburn registering the first goal of the game, but it's Martin looking to work the clearance for Noble Park. He's tackled, comes out. Kick partially smothered, but again, Noble Park have the numbers, and Harper sends a long ball inside the 50. Working to the front position was Gwilt, forced it to ground level, socketed off the ground in the full forward position, but it dribbles over the line in the forward pocket. We'll have a throw in deep inside Noble Park's 50.
Even though it didn't have the desired result, that was a really smart, intelligent piece of play there by Jimmy Gwilt to gain that extra 15 metres.
That's why it's going to be great to see him against Campusano. Classic fullback against a smart forward.
So the umpire to bring it in. Tominello's got the height advantage this time over Gwilt, got the knockdown. That was okay by Murphy. Kick was half smothered, but still gained a valuable 20 metres. Hitting the deck there was Marson, though, picked up nicely by Hammond, got the handball away. And now the Burners will use the grandstand side. And a strong mark has been taken by Conker. Well, he went up, he lifted off the ground right in front of the Blackburn bench, so he's got the support of the boys there, and he'll go back and try and send his side forward, currently leading by one straight kick. Blackburn on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 1-1-7 to one behind. Let's cross down boundary side to Brett Beston.
Just talking about Conker, boys, he just had a little bit of a get-together with Morrison, just inquiring about his health just a couple of minutes ago. No love lost there.
So Watkins takes the mark in the meantime at right half forward, sends a long ball goalward. It will drift across the face of goal, and a relieving defensive mark is taken for Noble Park by Brett Dorr, the general. Former Gippsland Power, Sandringham and Frankston player, as the umpire blows the whistle to be brought back. I'm not sure if Dorr went over the mark on that occasion.
He went round behind the post, and so it becomes
it's a one behind. Can you believe that? Well, in the meantime then, Blackburn 1-2-8, Lady Noble Park one behind. We've gone 7.5 minutes in this crucial Division 1 game on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Noble Park superstar Kyle Martin to bring the ball back in. It was a risky one as well. So
Monaghan
finds Sammy Monaghan across the half-back line, kicks it up towards the wing position where Petropolis takes the mark. He's only looking backwards here, so what's happening here? Has it got to come back to Monaghan?
Yep.
So bit of confusion happening out there. The kick gets squeezed back to Martin. He's on the edge of the centre square, just chips it over the top. That was okay. Here's Sketcher, takes it. We'll send the ball forward now for Noble Park. He'll be looking towards the Harper direction. He went crunching into Chris Clay, who stood his ground really well. And then a second effort was great, but he might have given away a free kick, but just going in a little bit too crudely. That was unlucky, and the free kick goes to Jordan Marson for Noble Park, who'll have a ping from about 45 metres out. Pretty unlucky there, Chris Clay. It was a good effort.
Yeah, he probably should have got a free kick and in the end ended up giving one away.
Yeah, just a bit clumsy at the end.
Yeah, he fell over his feet.
Yeah, collapsed at the end.
So Jordan Marson. Distance won't be a problem here. To reduce the margin back to 1 point. Blackburn lead this game by 7. Marson comes in now, deliberate approach, pushes it across the face of goal. Harperzeg, what was a big flyer? Oh, sorry, it was Ziggy Owen at the back. But he gave away a free kick in the motion. And it'll be Blackburn just to relieve it out. And now Benny McIntyre takes it right in front of us here on the broadcast position, Damien Watson.
McIntyre looks into the corridor, a one-on-one contest, well judged there, a great mark on the second bite by Liam Tobin, forces a turnover, kicks it towards the Owen direction at half forward, forces it out in front of him, into the path of Martin, now Gwilt with the hand pass, free kick coming back, I think it's going to go the way of Noble Park here, and the recipient is Kyle Martin. He was held on to after he got the hand pass away.
Very stop-start due to some delayed umpiring reaction here.
So Kyle Martin,
he can roost this.
Yeah, he can.
Could you back him here? He's probably about 50 metres out of small ground here at Moreton Park. Of course, Kyle Martin played a handful of games for Collingwood back in 2013 and 14, sends a long ball goalward. I think it's off target, however, misses to the right and only a minor score. So Noble Park 2 behinds, trailing Blackburn 1-2-8. We've hit the 10-minute mark on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Faulkner just spears the pass in. Mark's been taken by Danaher. Just weighing up his options here. Good zone there by Noble Park. Kick goes out towards the wing position. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Nice spoil there by Shane Allen. Sees the ball go over the boundary line and out of bounds. True centre wing position, far side of Moreton Park. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio Eastern is streaming live around the globe. EFL.org.au.
Blackburn want to go short when they come out, and they just didn't have any target because of that great zone.
Throw in between half forward and centre wing for the Bulls. Ball now in dispute at the feet of Tamanello. It's towards half forward. Chance now for Noble Park. Leading onto the ball was Marson. He was claimed and he can't quite get the ball out. It was a good tackle effected there by Dawson. We'll have a ball up 60 out from the Noble Park goal. So an interesting setup here. It's a relatively open forward line here for the Bulls. Be interesting to see if they can capitalise on it, but Blackburn win the clearance. Mark dropped it, bounced off the chest of Bartlett. Unlike his namesake, Kevin Bartlett couldn't take the mark, and eventually the tackle was affected on Morrison. It was an effective one too, and it'll be a Blackburn free kick, 60 out from goal, and it is that man, Matty Bartlett, looks towards the right half-forward flank. A good mark with the outstretched hands. I think it was Dawson claiming it. He's about 50 metres out. In fact, it is Tim Watkins, who's been a good target so far.
He's live wire.
Watkins opts for the short pass deep in the pocket. Good spoil affected, though, for Noble Park there by Anagosto. And it will force to ground level here. Still in play, and the umpire has blown the whistle. I think it's going to be a free kick going the way of Blackburn, and the recipient there is Reed. We'll have to get that check number. In fact, it's Donahue, who was an emergency. Mitch Donahue to the top of the square. Noble Park have the numbers, and the flyer there for the Bulls was Shane Allen, forces a rush behind through. So Blackburn 1-3-9 lead Noble Park 2 behinds. We're gone 12 minutes in the first term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And a number 37 for Noble Park too, so hopefully our boundary riders could get on top of that. Nicely done. Kim Kelly brought it in eventually in the arms of Martin, who just poked it out towards the wing position. He was looking for Tim Harper, beaten to the football in that case by Sam McCauley, who's really stepped up in this opening term, Sam McCauley, a late inclusion in the side today.
Yeah, he has. I just think Noble Park are just probably overdoing it a bit with their ball disposal. They just seem to not hit the target. They're just missing.
To bring it back in. Tamanello back in the Blackburn side this year. For a couple of year hiatus, living down the Ballarat way. Dr. Tum. The umpire throws it up now. Two rucks go at it. We'll probably give that one to Haynes that time. It came out this tide. McIntyre on the left boot, kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Bartlett tried to use the one hand, spoils away from him and over the boundary line. It goes for a boundary throw in. 7 points is the margin. Let's cross down boundary side to Brett Beston.
Boys, just a number change. It looks like Tom Glenn's wearing 37 rather than 55.
Great stuff. Let's go to Grant Campbell for some choose tap stats.
Yeah, it's to advantage 6-0 in favour of Blackburn. Inside 50s 8-4 in favour of Noble Park.
So Noble Park have the ball. Right half forward position. They're going to look inboard to the wing on the corridor side, and Kelly has taken the mark. Tim Kelly looks into the centre field area. The mark taken by Luke Ball. They've switched the play right onto the members' grandstand side, or the club room side, if you want to call it that. Monaghan claims it in space. Hand pass to his teammate there at Glenn. Eventually a spearing ball towards half-forward. Blackburn have the numbers at the front, but it's picked up, and Marson has claimed it a tackle. The umpire will say, give it to me. We'll have a bounce. 35 out for the Noble Park goal, right in front of the club rooms here at Moreton Park.
Hire throws it up now. It was an even contest. Ball trickles towards the boundary line. Players will be happy to see that safely roll over. Right in front of Mick Tominello, father of Matthew and vice president of the Blackburn Football Club. And a great servant of the Burners for a long time, Mick Tominello. Hire brings the ball back in now. Gwilt had the front spot, got the knockdown. A lot of players form around the football, and the user Rexy turn stacks on the mill, and we'll have a bounce.
Love those old phrases.
7 points is the margin. Blackburn have the lead. 9 plays 2. A lot of players inside this forward 50 here and getting down and, well, earning a free kick was a good play there by Jason Reid. And no,
it's Luke Bull.
I think he's paid that for a diving in and
a
taking out
tunnelling
the legs.
situation. Okay, interesting. I thought he copped one in the back of the way they looked from us. Nonetheless, it'll be Luke Bull who concedes a lot of ground here. Goes back, Kelly. There's no one behind him, Kelly, so he can't look backwards, but he'll go sideways. Switches the ball across the middle of the ground. It was risky, but Trent Robertson, the tank, takes the mark. Inside the centre square, screaming for it was Tobin. It might eventually go that way. Eventually it does. Right in the middle here of Moreton Park. Noble Park searching for their first goal of the afternoon. The kick goes towards the Harper direction. He's got 2 players to beat. Nice fist over the back there by Watkins. Ball hits the deck. Charging through there was Davidson. The umpire, Dan Beard, has blown his whistle here and just told everybody to calm the farm. And we will...
I thought you were going to go somewhere else.
So, umpire Dan Beard.
We probably do need the censors at the moment, but no censoring the way Blackburn are moving out of defence now as Danaher gives the hand pass to Mitch Fork. Switching kick was risky and it didn't pay off because Kelly is chipped in at the centre circle. Spearing ball inside 50 was a shocker, and Parker relieves the tension for the Burners. Kicks towards left half forward. Good body work there by Conker. Forced his opponent under the ball, tries to evade the would-be tackler, and Robertson couldn't do so, and we'll have a ball in. 45 out from the Blackburn goal. We're on the tree standing position here at Moreton Park.
There is a definite decision by Blackburn to go inside early a number of times already, and they want to move the ball quickly.
Yep.
When Noble slow it down, it's easy for Blackburn to clog it up, so you've got to move it quickly on this ground.
Yeah, it's been a congested forward line for Noble Park so far as the tap is won by Dorr. Down at ground level for Blackburn, Reid is claimed, and we'll have yet another bounce. 50 out from the Blackburn goal, out of side at Moreton Park. Great crowd in. The Burners contingent have come out in force. Tap one down. Martin's kick was partially smothered. They appeal for an out in the full decision. Nothing coming. And we'll have another throw in. So
I
stalemate.
also think, Damien, that Noble Park have probably butchered the ball with hand and foot at the moment as well, going into their forward 50.
Yes, the disposal hasn't been great as the tap is won, forced out the back. Nelson couldn't quite take it for the Bulls, but a kick comes forward. It's a more open forward line now. Harper against 2. Did well to rove his own ball. Tried to give it to Gwilt, was unsuccessful. Coming through there was McIntyre for the Burners. A great tackle applied there by Gwilt, and we'll have a ball up. 60 out from the Noble Park goal.
Well, if you think about it, Gwilt, Alwyn and Harper have not had a clean possession between them, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Umpire hit the deck in that instant, and so do the players, and let's do it all again.
Kyle Martin up to 9 disposals as he makes his way towards the bench.
Thanks to Choose Tap, it is delicious. Special comments as well today. We're getting the best of both worlds as Blackburn drive the ball forward. Now Robertson might be the first player to meet it though for Noble Park. He was dispossessed of the football. Handball goes towards the Conker direction. He got that from Hammond. It goes back now and just in the right position at the right time. Tom Glenn takes the mark, switches the ball out wide. Now Morrison takes it on the left boot, just floats it up towards the wing position. Tominello got down low, dropped what he probably should have taken there. So Robbie Keane takes off and kicks it towards the Gwilt direction. He couldn't pull the mark in. There's a lot of pressure here as the ball comes out now. It's Donahue on the right boot up towards the half-forward line for Blackburn. Over the back there, little handball. Conker got it away. It's Hudson on the right boot, kicks it to the top of the square, but he just didn't have enough purchase. Monahan at the last line of defence got the ball out. Here's Tim Kelly now on the right boot. That kick was smothered. Sloppy from Kelly. Usually don't see that. Eventually picked up there by Thomas. He'll go back and Noble Park will have a chance just to stem the flow and bring the ball back in to the grandstand side.
139 Blackburn, Noble Park 2 behinds early in this game. The spoil is effective for Blackburn and eventually taken by McGee. Kick towards centre half forward. It's the Bulls with the numbers. Hand pass comes out from Sketcher. Looks for his teammate at Keane. Tried to find Dorr with the hand pass. He was claimed and besieged by a couple of Blackburn players. Reid was in there. Tamanello tried to get down on his hands and knees, the big fellow. Couldn't quite do so, and we'll have a bounce right in the centre of the ground here at Moreton Park. And it's Blackburn leading by 7 points. Tamanello winning the ensuing ruck contest, forces it to ground level. Reid may have been pushed at the back here, and the umpire will pay the free kick to the Birders as Reid regains his feet.
It's not high scoring, but it's entertaining.
It is, BWS.
Yeah. Probably the disposal has let a number of players down so far as Jackson Reid, recruited from East Burwood, kicks towards right half forward. The kick didn't really advantage his teammate in Hammond, but he will get the free kick for a push in the back, and he could be a chance here. 55 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He'll go for Blackburn second.
Yeah, look, this is well within his range. Jake Hammond, beautiful kick of the foot, beautiful kick.
He's a left-footer too, so
Yeah.
I think he's on the right side to swing it round.
One thing I'm liking about Blackburn is they are trying to take ownership of the corridor here.
37 goals this season thus far for Jake Hammond. It won't be 38. He's missed to the right, minus score. So Blackburn probably squandering some chances here. 1-4-10. They lead Noble Park 2 behinds. 20 minutes gone in this first term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And they are trying to move the ball very quickly, Blackburn. They're trying to open them up with a little bit of speed. Noble are just getting it and just stopping. They've got to move it quicker.
Kelly went to Ananoscu, got it back to Kelly, and now they kick it out towards the wing position where Gwilt was on a very long lead, takes the mark. He'll wind around on that familiar left, usually tries to boot it, instead goes short to Martin, who's made some good ground. He kicks it towards the Harper direction, big fist over the top there. Fantastic by Sam McCauley over the boundary line. It goes right next to the beer tent, right next to the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Exactly what you want off your backman, disciplined play.
And he's a +1 down there at the moment, so he's just playing it perfectly.
Time on here in the first term. We'll go boundary side shortly. 8 points is the margin. Blackburn have the lead. It was a short throw in. Tamanello got the knockdown. That was okay. Murphy was under a bit of pressure. There's a lot of players just forming themselves around this football. Let's quickly cross down to Brett Beston.
Just going to say BWS, it'd be you that would pick out the bear tent.
She cornered it early.
I can't do anything but agree with that. As it comes in now, Gwilt got the knockdown. And it was Marson who was there to trap it, but he was quickly met. So we'll have another bounce, 25 metres out from goal. Matty Tamanello just knocked it straight over the boundary line, and it went out of bounds on the full from the knock-in. So that means that it's a free kick to Noble Park, and it will be
Luke Bull, I think.
Luke Bull. No, it'll be Gwilt to be the recipient. Bull tried to claim it, but it will be Gwilt to have a ping, and it's the right spot for him, Davo, to run around on the left here.
It is, and Tamanello knew that straight away. As soon as he hit it, he knew he'd given away the free kick.
So Jimmy Gwilt, former Saint, former Bomber, originally from Noble Park, back this year, leans over the football and kicks it. It's pretty close. He liked it off the boot, but the Blackburn faithful enjoyed it even more, going through for one behind. Noble Park have 3 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They trail by 7 points, 22 and a half minutes gone. Blackburn 1-4-10.
So Tyler Faulkner, the designated kicker for the Birders. That's a long ball right to the centre weak position. Good spoil at the back, falls in the hands of Luke Ball. Onto Martin, off one step towards full forward. Again, Faulkner with the fist, got to the front position. Tackled there was Ken Worthy for the Birders, and he forces it over the line. It'll be a throw in deep inside Noble Park's 50. 23 minutes into this first term, and Blackburn lead by 7 points.
So you've got to be careful with that long kick out of defence. If they knock it forward, the zone's got first use of it.
Will contesting the ruck against Tumanello, and the latter won the tap, roved his own ball and got the hand pass towards the half-back flank, but it's forced over the line eventually, and we'll have a throw in. It was Shane Allen seeing it over.
The one thing Blackburn are not allowing Noble Park to do is show enough poise to get clean delivery.
So ball back into play now. Gwilt got in front of Tumanello in that instant. Coming up now, Murphy tried to get the handball away. Strong tackle by Luke Bull just to hold it up just inside the paint of 50. Noble Park's then trailing by 7 points. They're yet to kick a major. Noble Park are in fantastic form in Division 1 at the moment.
I wonder if they've been held goalless for a quarter so far this year, the Bulls.
Well, the man who knows everything is sitting to your left-hand side. Lane Brasher comes out now. Nicely done. Murphy trapped, got the handball away, and now Blackburn, they might be able to switch the play here. This is what worked out for Davidson. But Kelly came in. What courage showed by Tim Kelly. Got down low. He knew he might have copped a knee. Swings around on the right boot. This is going all the way, you little ripper. That's a fantastic goal. That's the vibro goal of the day contender so far, Tim Kelly. Well, you don't see him get amongst it very often, do you, Wayne Brasher? He's usually up back, but he's come down and look at them get around him.
Yeah, great effort there by Tim Kelly, and sorry, Damien, I don't have time to look up that stat now.
Let's cross down boundary side to Brett Beston.
I'm just going to jump on. It's just been quite a decent scuffle just in the middle of the ground. It's handbags at 10 paces. They're breaking up now, but there's just a few players involved from both sides.
Well, the umpire has moved the ball on, which is good. That breaks up the fight, and it's Tumanello with the clearance for Blackburn. Sends a long ball towards full forward. Caught behind there was Watkins. Blackburn, great tackle affected there on Hudson. Thomas, that was kicked towards the half-back flank here for Noble Park. Off the ground, it was a fresh air shot from Allen. Forced to ground level. Breathing his way through is McIntyre. He's claimed by a couple of bulls, tamed by a couple of bulls perhaps, and we'll have a ball up 45 out from the Blackburn goal.
One thing you don't want to do is let the crowd get in there down at Blackburn.
And certainly are parochial, the Blackburn supporters. Might have another stoppage, but the hand pass comes out to Handley. Good smother affected. Probably saved a goal there on that occasion, Noble Park. The kick from Keane fell out on the full, so it'll be a Blackburn free kick. Perhaps one last scoring opportunity here for the Burners at centre wing. And the recipient looks as if it'll be Mitch Dawson. He's on his opponent's bench there in the Frongs. I'm sure they'll have a few choice words to say. Mitch Dawson.
Probably admiring his ponytail.
Played at the Northern Knights and the Northern Blues did Mitch Dawson. He looks inboard to centre wing, and the mark's taken on the chest by Donoghue. Mitch Donoghue called to move it on, sends a big ball to the top of the square. Noble Park have the numbers, and a good mark is taken almost on the last line of defence there, and that was Tim Kelly, who's been fantastic this quarter. Look down the corridor, find Marson. Now Kyle Martin swings the ball forward. It was a floating kick off the boot. Didn't really have a lot of penetration, and McCauley takes the relieving mark here for the Burners, and they're away.
And he gets a kick away, and nicely done by Reid. This way, that way, got himself into a little bit of trouble. Out wide they now go. Here's Grierson, I should say, up towards the half-forward line. Noble Park, they've got the numbers. Robertson dropped what he probably should have taken. Conker, he was right at his heels. He's been slammed in a tackle. Got the handball away just at the crucial stage. Shane Allen came in, put his body on the line. A clearing kick out for Noble Park, but a strong mark taken by Mitch Dawson. And he might even go back and have a ping. In fact, it's Manny Bartlett who's taken that mark.
Ben McIntyre.
Oh, yeah, well, get your pen right where you're pointing, Damo.
It's a big
I'm
pen.
blaming you for that one.
It's a big fat pen.
Ben McIntyre, so on the sound of the siren, Blackburn leading this game by 1 point. Looked like he was going to back himself in before the siren here, so let's see what he can do. Gives it everything he's got. He's pushed it to the left-hand side. Will he get a score? He does, because it's been knocked through for one behind, and it's gone over on the full. The umpire hasn't given the signal yet, so I would expect that if it's gone through on the full, it's a behind. So eventually he gives the one-finger salute with the pointy finger, not the middle one. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it is Blackburn at quarter time, 1-5-11, leading by 2 points here against Noble Park, 1-3-9. Only single goal kickers, of course, on the ground. Tim Kelly, what a fantastic goal that was in the later stages of that opening term, and of course Tim Watkins kicking the first goal of the match for the Blackburn Football Club. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern, is streaming live around the globe, efl.org.au. There's 22 great games as you go local for your football this afternoon, and Barry Cotts on the score centre will keep us up to date with all those important around the ground scores right after this.
My plans for the year, save up for a house so we can build hopefully in November.
Going overseas to Japan.
Recently become a father of a second child.
Finish up baseball season.
Take the kids skiing.
Move into a new house.
How would you like to be celebrated?
I think a Barbie in the back